Hi, in this lecture, I will help you learn how to deal with part of speech tagging in natural language processing. In this lecture, we are also going to explore importance and applications of parts of speech tagging in NLP. Let's see first and foremost what kind of parts we have in text format. We know text is unstructured data set, and here I'm going to divide into different sections. For example, this is divided into proper noun, this like is divided into verb, and this the is known as determiner, and beach is known as noun. Here again I'm going to define this as the proper noun, this as the verb, this as the adverb, and mark as the proper noun. So in the similar way, you can go ahead with the several other parts inside the grammar which are existing. So parts of speech tagging is fundamental task in natural language processing that involves assigning a grammatical category such as noun, verb, adjective, etc. to each word in a sentence. POS tagging is the task of tagging a word in a text with its parts of speech. A part of speech, a category of words with similar grammatical properties. Common English parts of speech are noun, verb, adverb, pronoun, preposition, conjunction, etc. Here you can see I'm having short codes of each specific parts of speech. So common POS tags are noun, verb, interjection, determining, conjunction, and others are also existing. Let's see first and foremost what is the Python implementation of this theory. I'm going to import this Spacey library and pandas for my other pre-processing task. Let's run this cell. If this is not installed in your system, you can go here, add this cell here, pip install space. See, go up and run this cell. This will install Spacey library in your environment. Here I'm going to use long-chain environment. You can use the other environment which is gonna talk about in upcoming session. Meanwhile, this library is being installed. I'm going to display the sentence which I'm going to use here. Here I'm going to use this teleperformance site and going to copy this sentence so that I can define everything here. You can see this library is also installed here. Now go back here in this sentence. I'm going to display this sentence. Emma underscore J is equal to, then double quotes. Inside this quotes I'm going to paste this sentence. Okay, go up again. Here you can see this library has been installed here. Later on I'm going to run this cell again so that Spacey and pandas are recognized in my portal. Once it is recognized, I can see this English core VABs SM is also there. Okay, I'm facing this pandas is not installed here. Okay, no issues. I can install pip install pandas in my Jupyter notebook as well. Here you can see it's just collecting pandas related libraries and download is successful. Now you can run this cell again. You won't find any error now. Now I'm going to create a NLP variable which is going to import spacey.load and English core VAB SM. So what is the VAB SM? You can go back here on this link This is the English word. So N core web SM. So what is it? N stand for English, core stand for vocabulary, syntax of entities, which I'm going to import. Web stand for written text in blogs, news and comments, which we are ingesting. And SM is size, which is 12 MB. You can have more MB size, and here I'm having basic components which we will be using in upcoming session. So this is the entire library which is encapsulated in N core web SM. Okay, now go back to my file Jupyter notebook, where I am going to load this file. So it's a small English pipeline trained on written web that includes vocabulary. If you are running this file first time, you cannot find this module, and you will have to install this one. Can you see this is not going to install? So what I'll do, I'll have to copy this cell and we'll have to install this one. So let's see. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll have to go back here inside my Anaconda portal, Anaconda prompt, here I'll have to paste that value and just hit enter. Okay, so I will have to install pip install Spacey. Here you can see I have successfully installed my Spacey library. Now I'm going to go back here. Here I'll have to write, and then I'll have to install this Python M Spacey download N core web SM. You need to write this code so that it will be collecting the recent version of this file. So it's going to download from the GitHub repository. Once it is downloaded, you can successfully find it out. Okay, now here you can see it is now just successfully installed. Okay, let's install pip install pandas, which is already installed here. Now go back here. Let's change this setting. Go back here and select. Now first and foremost, I'm going to import these two libraries, Spacey and pandas. Can you see there is no error? Let's comment this part because this was in terminal. Now I'm going to run this cell NLP Spacey load. Can you see it's not showing any error? Not throwing any error, which means I have successfully installed this part. Now I'm going to create a text which is having Emma, and we have removed some punctuation and lowercase but left in stop words. So I'm going to create this part. Can you see this is showing this value? Now I'm going to create another variable taken from my teleperformance website and just try to print this part. Can you see this would be my sentence? Now create a Spacey document for my document. This will generate for my text. This will generate tokens and their associate part of speech text. So I'm going to deploy this NLP here. Let's run this Spacey here. Can you see this is ISS number, this is symbol, this is Reuters, this is Bloomberg, have been listed at Paris, and this one. So these are different parts. Let's create token and part of speech text for the same using the data frame. So it will extract token and part of speech text into data frame, and I'll be using the for loop for my data frame, token and part of speech tag. So what will happen here, I'm going to use this for loop. Inside this for loop, first I just created a data frame which is having two columns. First one is the token, second one is the part of speech tag. So this parts of speech tag is defined into another column. Here you can see this would be another column. Now I'm going to concatenate this part of speech tag, this as the from records, this as the token text, and this as the part of speech. So here you can see all the tokens will be displayed on this token under the umbrella of token column, and under the hood of this POS tag I can see the relevant part of speech name. Okay, now go back to the same for loop. Let's run this cell. Can you see I can print everything from this cell? Now what I have seen inside this text, teleperformance is the noun, share is the noun, this round parenthesis is the punctuation, this is the proper noun, this is the punctuation again. Can you see every parts of speech is just defined in a similar way? So the main points and what we have covered, we have just defined every text into a token and then define and identifying as the relevant parts of speech. Okay, now when we go up, you can see I can count the relevant part of speech as well. How many relevant part of speech available here? So for example, commas are there 10 times. These are counts. So I can group by using the size. So this will count the value, and I'm going to use this column name as count and going to sort from the ascending is equal to false, which means this would be descending order in a reverse way using this code. Now I can see this is the highest count frequency, or you can say the count of this punctuation. This is the 4 times, and this TP is the 4 times, Paris is the 4 times, and so on. So in this way, using this for loop, you can count the relevant values. Let's see, I want to count position part of speech tag only, not the word, not the tokens. Now let's see proper nouns. How many proper nouns are there? Total 15 proper nouns are available in my sentence. Total 4 nouns are available. Determinant 1, SONG 1, verb 1, and so on. So using the same for loop, you can count the relevant part of speech as well. I want to count everything in a single shot. Here you can see this is going to count top 10 values. Okay, top noun values only. If I want to count adjective only, so I can see these are adjective only. I do not have any adjective, so it's not going to count. Let's say I want to sound PUNCT, punctuation. So I'm going to write PUNCT. Can you see these many punctuations are there? 10, 8, 4, 4, 2, and so on. Now let's see what are the applications where POC tagging plays a crucial role. First and foremost, you can see syntactic parsing. So application understanding the grammatical structure, sentence, role of POS, and syntactic role. Second is the most important is named entity relationship recognition. So this is going to recognize persons, organizations, location in text, which is unstructured data set. So using POC tag, identifying proper nouns which are now named identities. Third one is the information retrieval. If you want to find relevant documents, you can get from there. Filter search, you can base grammatical words and so on. If you want to find text summarization, you can go with this part. Fifth one is the machine learning, and you can go with machine learning once you have properly defined this part of speech. Next one is the sentiment analysis, which is the brilliant application of NLP. And if you are sure you are keen to get started now with sentiment express, positive, negative, neutral, this POS pre-processing step is very much essential. So I'm going to capturing the sentiment expressed by the author. Seventh one is the question answer system. You want to find out any question from the given text or paragraph, you can go ahead with the question answer system. If you want to convert any text to speech, that is also involved POS pre-processing. POS tagging is also ensuring that a spoken output follows appropriate intonation, emphasize based on grammatical structure, and so on. Ninth is the speech recognition. 10th is the grammar checking. These are so many important steps, those are involved in POS tagging. So you can go ahead with this step again and again for our other set word sentence as well, so that we can go for further step. Thank you so much for watching this video.